Await no longer. Greatness has arrived. I am your host, Joseph, and welcome to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. Alongside me this week, sitting in his rightful place,
Yes.
my co-host, Kyle. How are you doing, Kyle?
I'm here. I'm okay.
Thank goodness.
I feel real bad because I get sick so much, and I feel like I've missed way more than I should have.
Don't even worry about it.
But I'm happy to be here. You know, I missed it. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous when you got another red bearded gentleman to hop on.
And I had to, Kyle.
I 100%, I completely understand, and you guys killed it. Thank him so much for coming on.
Seriously, Red Bearded Fox, the glorious movie cast. You know where to check them out. You don't need to pay me no Patreon sub to get a good shout out. That podcast is amazing. So with that said, Kyle, you're here. Thank you so much again. Tonight has been crazy. Just to let the audience know, I broke our feed by accident last night, and this morning I fixed that whole mistake of trying to get SoundCloud and the podcast to pretty much switch RSS feeds and migrate them over to SoundCloud, and that is a whole mess. It's messy. So I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. So hopefully next week, maybe top somewhere in April, we'll have SoundCloud. And again, it's another great place. The app is great. That's why I want SoundCloud so bad. With that said, too, a little bit of housekeeping before we begin. Our God of War giveaway. We have 2 weeks left for the God of War 4 giveaway. If you want a copy to win God of War, this is all you need to do, okay? Go on to iTunes, right? Rate us 5 stars. Tell us why you love PlayStation. Tell us why you love the Trophy Room. And then take a picture of that review. You tweet it over to me at Mr. Badbit. I take that and then I raffle it. April 10th, bam, on this show. Sometime during the show, we will have the raffle. Someone's going to win a copy of God of War 4. And there you go. So
you just saying 2 weeks made me so excited.
I know.
Because I didn't realize we were that close to a new God of War.
Oh, we're so close. But Kyle, God of War is so far away, so what are you playing in the meantime?
Joe, I've been playing some fantastic games.
Oh, yeah? Let me in.
Yeah, it's been a very PlayStation exclusive week for me.
I like this.
So the end of last week, I picked up both MLB The Show, 18, and Ni no Kuni 2.
Ooh,
which I know you played a little bit as well.
I played I played a good solid hour of it, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm about 4 hours in.
Ooh, okay. And how much of the show have you played so far?
I played way more than that. I think close to 8 hours. I love my baseball games.
Yeah.
This one is the same high quality that San Diego puts out. And I like the changes that they made to the Road to the Show mode, which is like the career where you start as a minor leaguer and you get drafted and move your way up to the major leagues. They took out microtransactions from that mode.
Nice.
Meaning, so instead of just buying training points and boosting yourself up to a 99 automatically, you can't do that anymore. You have to play the game, and then if you get a single, your contact will go up a little bit. If you get a home run, your power gets boosted. So everything you do in the game improves the skills that actually matter.
That's really cool. But what if your guy sucks?
Well,
is his career really short?
Not really short. You'll just be stuck in the minors for longer than usual.
Okay.
There's a lot and every week or so in game, they give you a chance to automatically upgrade some skills by training. You get to pick.
Okay.
It's very RPG like elements.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You know what I would really like from a baseball game, and I would get it hands down if I was thinking about this because the show came out. I was tempted because I would like to play with you, Kyle. I am very tempted, but
please do. It's awesome. I'm going to platinum this one.
Oh yeah.
I platinumed last year. I platinumed the one on Vita a couple years ago.
I was thinking about picking it up, and I was like, you know what would be really awesome? Instead of making a player, what if I made a fucking team?
You can, Joe.
Oh shit, Kyle!
I can make my own team? Diamond Dynasty, so it's like the Madden Ultimate Team and stuff.
Okay.
Where you buy packs of cards and those players you get to use on your team, but you can create your team.
I can even put the little bad bit flame.
Yeah, if you can create it in the logo creator, you sure can.
Jeffrey, the Mr. Badbit logo guy himself, will find a home. That's really awesome. And then you've played Nino Kuni 2, and tell me how
Yes.
that's been.
While I enjoy it, it's not what I thought it was going to be. Because
Okay.
I was a big fan of the first one. I never finished the first one on PS3. It was so long,
I
and
get it. That's what
I
she
ran
said.
into some hard battles with some bosses and
Okay.
stuff. Yeah. What, you thought I was gonna say hard times?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Oh
what she
no,
said again.
no. But this one is it's not as emotional as the first one.
Oh,
Like
really?
it didn't grab me right away
Mm.
like the first one did. The battle system is fun. It's fast paced, which is great. I don't know how much experience I'm gaining.
That is weird.
Like
That is
I'm
weird.
at level 13, but I
Okay.
don't know how close I am to the next one, and it's like loot galore. You run
Yeah.
everywhere you go. There's more loot to be found, which is scratching that itch for me because like the Borderlands Destiny itch.
Yeah.
But it's overwhelming.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I've played only an hour.
Yeah,
So, and I'm new. I've never played the first game. I don't even know how the gameplay is different. But the
yeah.
way I felt the first hour, I tweeted this out. I talked about it on the
I
Planet
saw
Nintendo.
this. Yeah.
It's okay. This game is Air Force One, but
Uh-huh.
instead of Harrison Ford, I have an epic ponytail. Instead of a plane, it's a fantasy kingdom, and Gary Oldman is playing a ferret. And
Yeah.
that's it. And so I'm just waiting for the moment of like, get off my plane. I'm just waiting.
It's not a bad analogy at all.
It's not. It
Um,
really. It feels really fitting. And so, like, first off, I have problems with this game because we would never elect a president that has a ponytail. I mean, trust me, I've been wrong before, devastatingly wrong.
mhm.
But we would never elect a president that's business up front, party in the back.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
that's true.
That's weird. And
Yeah.
then and I will disagree with you though. The first hour, I thought the voice acting was really great,
Oh yeah, no, voice acting is top
which is
notch. I love
surprising.
that. Yeah,
Surprising for a JRPG. Even the little kid, I like him. What was it, Evan? Right.
Evan.
And then Nella. I was like, oh man. First off, I was like, Nella's got some junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I could see 2 or 3 hours will they won't they sexual tension that ultimately ends nowhere. I could see it,
Yeah.
but then things happen. I was like, okay. I'm interested in this game, and I do like the fighting style a lot as
Yes,
well.
fighting style is great.
Yeah.
You're not that far into it, but there's some changes that happen
Okay.
that kind of make me upset. I'm sure you've seen it like in the trailers and the stuff where the hub world, the
Yes.
open world
Yeah.
aspect is chibi style.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Wasn't a big fan of that either. I'll be
No.
real honest with you.
Because I love the art that's in this like
Yeah.
so much.
And I feel like the chibi version kind of waters it down because
Yeah.
this game was partnered with Studio Ghibli.
The first one was. This one I don't think has any affiliation to it. I
Okay.
think they just made it look like it.
But it has that
Yeah.
in the vein of. And so like taking like again, I'm not a big anime guy whatsoever.
Mhm.
My knowledge is like is Pokemon technically anime?
Yeah.
That's
but
where I'm
I
coming
have the
from.
same knowledge as you when it comes to
Yeah,
anime.
like
It just looks
Goku,
great.
that's awesome. Dragon Ball Z is my shit, and then that's it, right? So with that said, like it's a beautiful art style.
Yeah.
The chibi stuff kind of waters it down a little bit. I don't like that. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Let me, if you wanted to make a chibi version of the game, just make a chibi version of the game. But
Yeah.
it's weird. Yeah, no, I played that. I like the combat a lot. It's really different. I love the spell work so far. I will be. Yeah.
There is a new thing that I just ran into, which you will eventually.
Uh-huh.
Skirmish mode, which is like a rock paper scissor type deal.
Okay.
Like what's the best way to put it? Like tower defense almost, where you're taking out other troops with your troops, but you're not
that's
really
cool.
fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds cool, but it's very confusing. They throw a lot at you at once.
Okay. That's what I'm guessing that because you can build your own kingdom. That's what I know so far.
I had not gotten to that part yet.
Okay, but you can. Okay.
But yes, I'm close.
All right, that's cool. I'm willing to see where I go with this game.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep going. Like I said, I love level 5 RPGs.
Yeah.
They have like this charm to them that I adore, and there's something about it where I'm constantly thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's not on the same level as the first one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I'm enjoying it. It's gonna be a game I think I chip away at during the year. You know, we just got Far Cry, so
Yep.
I know
Get my
that.
mug. You didn't get. You
Oh.
didn't get one. If you heat up the mug, things show up, just like hidden
Oh.
messages. See,
I like
there,
that.
there it is. So pretty. Here's the seal book.
Yeah, so here's the deal about that too. I'm a little pissed off because I went to GameStop. I was like, "Oh, I pre-ordered, whatever." They gave me the standard version, Kyle,
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
and I was just like, "I pre-ordered the gold." It looks like the guy didn't get that I pre-ordered the gold version. So now
Oh,
I'm like, "Do I have to go to Best Buy?" I think I have to go to Best Buy.
mm,
Damn it. So
that sucks.
yeah, it sucks. You gave me a chore. Thanks, GameStop.
Yeah.
With that said, though, uh,
What else have you been playing? Just the
I
Nino Kuni
here's the deal.
and
Right,
Fortnite. I'm guessing.
for I got another victory royale.
Yeah.
But it's not about me just crushing it, right? It's
Yeah.
not just me crushing it at Fortnite. As a PlayStation fan, you also have to know what the enemy is cooking, right? You have to be aware of the other side, and that is Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Now they're kind of like Voldemort. We don't like to mention them. We're so above them, right? Let's be honest with each other. Also, well, we're trying to start heat with the Xbox Drive because that's the only way we're going to have Drake on our show. So with that said, the Xbox, to be honest, I don't use it that much. I have an X and I don't use it much, which is strange to me. But I was really excited about this game, and I know it's blasphemy showing an Xbox game
Hmm.
on a PlayStation show, but I was really excited, and I think
For the audio listeners and Sea of Thieves.
yeah, yeah. The first day I was pretty positive. I was like, "This is great," but then day 2, day 3, day 4 happens, and I've revisited the same island over and over again, and there is this content gap that is very noticeable. I played at least at this point in time, I played 20 hours in it, and now that Far Cry is out, I don't think I will be touching this game anytime soon.
Yeah.
And with that, it comes to our first topic, Kyle. Look
Sure.
at the segues for days. That's what we're all about here. Microsoft. Yes, we are going to talk about Microsoft on a PlayStation show. This is blasphemy at its core, but I want to talk about something because for the longest time, Sony's been crushing it, it seems, right? Like, one of the biggest news that I saw a lot of people try to spin was that Sea of Thieves, in its week of release, was #1 on the UK charts, which, first off, congratulations.
Yeah. You
That,
congrats.
that is no easy feat. With that said, though, who was your competition? Like, let's be real with each other here. Your competition was Nino Kuni, MLB The Show, and A Way Out. And all those games came out on Friday, meaning
Yeah.
you had multiple days on these releases. So there was
And
no
plus,
way.
Spaceball is not a UK thing.
Exactly.
So
So there is no way that our titles, these titles, I shouldn't say our, like it's our team, but these titles couldn't compete because
Yeah.
you had several days on them. And I see a lot of these spin doctors going, "Look at this Sony ponies! Like, look at what we have here. You know, Sea of Thieves, they call it a failure, but look at it's #1." And I wish sale figures meant shit. I wish sale figures meant a good game, because if that is the fact, if sale numbers mean you have a great game, then Call of Duty is Game of the Year every single year running.
Yep.
And I feel like people forget about that. And I feel like there is in this, again, the stupid mindset of the console wars, right? Like, I was just making fun of it before. It's so stupid because you want both parties to succeed. Again, competition breeds innovation. That means they're competing for your dollar on the hardest of levels. And so that means only great things could come out of that. Great services could come out of that. With that said, though, Sea of Thieves comes out. It is mixed. I saw all of my friends jump on this game. I'm not kidding you, I'm not joking you. Again, I saw 20 plus people all playing Sea of Thieves. Within day 3, I was the only person.
wow.
I could not find a single person playing this game. Even our friend, Sean Capri over at the Xbox Drive can't. he can't, he said it like he had a great review out, and he's like, this hurts because this is a game I want to like.
Yeah.
And it
looks super fun. Like if you have a crew of people to play with, it looks fun.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when I love watching people play it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because it's entertaining to watch people play.
Yeah.
But I can see where the drop off comes. I can see how it can get monotonous and boring after a little bit because it looks like the same thing over and over and over again, and not a whole bunch of variation.
Yeah. So I got a question for you here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Because this week we were trying to scavenge through news, and it was just the deadest of all weeks because GDC is here, and so I was like, what a perfect opportunity to really get in the nitty gritty of why is it PlayStation's dominance this generation has relied mostly on the strongest argument that of its exclusives, right? So a lot of fans would like to point out Sea of Thieves #1, take that, Sony. Okay, I'll take that, and I'll raise you Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, Bloodborne, Until Dawn. All these games, God of War soon. All these games were #1 when they came out, respectively. All of those games also outperformed their numbers. I remember Bloodborne, Sony was utterly shocked that it sold how much it did. It sold 1 million units in the first week. So like when you're telling me this and again, that's in 2014. Half of the amount of PlayStations were available then, even less than. So with that said, what is happening here? Because last generation, it was the shoes on the other foot, right? Like Halo, Gears of War, these were huge titles that 2 of those titles would amount to 8 of PlayStation exclusive titles. Like PlayStation wasn't, I guess those games weren't speaking to the consumer. So what has changed, Kyle?
Well, as you were talking, I was thinking of all those games like Horizon and Uncharted, and what do those games have that Xbox games lately don't? And it's the characters. Sony has such a huge team of like branded characters that fans love, and the games are fun to play, and they come from super talented studios. And I feel like the PlayStation studios, and yes, I'm on a PlayStation podcast, I should say this, but I feel like the Sony studios are more talented than what Xbox has right now.
And that's no disrespect.
No disrespect, but they don't have a Naughty Dog level.
Right. They don't have a studio that is like on the level of a Naughty Dog. Or right now, we could say this with confidence, like a Gorilla, right? Like
exactly.
So, and I think that comes into play of, I think, to me, this generation, the problem with Microsoft is relying on Master Chief, relying on the Gears series, and striking out on some games that deserve the flop status, right? Like to me,
like Quantum Break.
To me, Quantum Break, but some games that were truly awesome, that truly try to do something different, like Sunset Overdrive. That was, to me, a huge get for Microsoft. I remember freaking out, going, Insomniac making an Xbox exclusive? I was
super upset because I've still yet to play that game.
It's amazing.
And I love Insomniac.
Yeah, and so with that said, when we're talking about PlayStation and Xbox's biggest problem is relying on these mascots, where with the only company that has that nostalgic magic that can use, I think, the mascot over and over again, it doesn't get old, is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo gets away with it. Like Nintendo, because they are on another spectrum, they're on another level that PlayStation and Xbox are in terms of their first party, because of how long the nostalgic factor that they have with them. So with that said, when it comes to Xbox, their problem is Halo's story ended. Right? Gears of War's story ended. These are their top selling games. And those stories concluded. They had a beginning, they had a middle, they had an origins, they had an end. And I think when it comes to Halo, when Bungie left, a lot of fans were like, that was Bungie's. And 343 comes in, and I'm not talking any trash because Halo 5's multiplayer is fantastic, but there's a problem that happens with the PlayStation, with Xbox, with Halo. These stories have ended. Their character arcs seem to now, they're kind of, I guess, they're going, their arcs are complete, but it seems like they're dragging them on. So when it comes to Halo and when it comes to Gears of War, when it comes to all of these once fantastic franchises that I love, I say this all the time. Bungie is the first developer I fell in love with that I followed, and Gears of War, I have so many fond memories, is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So it hurts me to say this, but I feel like Microsoft's biggest problem is they're not willing to let go. They're willing just to go, hey, we have this name. Some people really like it. Let's milk this shit till it's dry. And I think Fable is a great example of that.
I also think they don't want to take too many chances. Because look at Scalebound. Scalebound was something I know people that were looking forward to play. And what did they do? They canceled it.
Right. And because of that, Platinum, a lot of people forget about this, because of that, Platinum almost went under.
Yeah.
So, there is this problem that Microsoft has where I feel like they're not, I feel like as a customer, and I don't know how the business works from inside, but when it comes to Sony, it feels like they're letting their developers take more creative chances, more creative risks, right? Again, letting Naughty Dog say, you know what, we're done with Uncharted. Giving Guerrilla and the space to say, we have this RPG. Willing to pitch them ideas. When Microsoft goes, 343 is the Halo studio. Coalition's the Gears studio is a huge mistake. Because those, I feel like franchises need a time out. And some franchises have their day in the sun and they need to go for a while. We need to miss Master Chief. I don't think we're missing Master Chief yet.
That's why I loved Assassin's Creed Origins so much. Ubisoft took a year, 2 off, I think, between Syndicate and this one, and it brought a new sense of wonder and excitement for the franchise. It gave us a time to really miss what was going on, and I think that's what Xbox needs to do. I think if they're smart, I don't think Halo shows up at E3 this year.
So
I think you give another year.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think you even give it another year. Like, I want this thing to be sorely missed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, dude, maybe you give 343 a break. You let them do something else.
Yeah.
You give Coalition another game. Let them do Perfect Dark. Look, we're finally at the point where people are missing Fable.
Yeah.
And now there's rumors that it's coming back and people are excited.
Yep.
So, like, let your franchises go and let them have that organic coming back, because I think where PlayStation truly stands is, and I was having a little bit of a debate with Dave Moore on when we were playing Sea of Thieves was, I was complaining about the game and he's just like, well, dude, like, you didn't have to buy it at $60. I was like, no, that's a bad argument. This game is $59.99. The fact that it's on Game Pass is irrelevant. Microsoft says this MSRP is $60, and at $60, it's not worth it. Now, when we talk about Game Pass, they sold me this service of games I have already played.
Yeah.
I have no desire of playing Red Dead Redemption again. None. No desire to go back to Mass Effect. None. Are there some games that I might go back to? Yes. And I think, again, Game Pass is a great idea, and I think over time, as it meritates and more Xbox One games join and new games join the portfolio, it will be a force to be reckoned with. But as of right now, let's be real with each other. Man to man, a mano y mano. Game Pass isn't anything to brag about or anything to flaunt. Because, you're giving me experiences, last generation experiences. And yes, games look better, for sure.
Yep.
360 games look better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, when
it's like a Band-Aid trying to cover up a bullet hole.
Yeah.
It's too little. It's not enough to cover up its shortcomings.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand what the allure to Game Pass is,
Mhm.
I do, and again over time. But as of right now, I don't care. And Captain Nintendo, who's a follower of mine on Bad Bit Games at Mr. Bad Bit on Twitter, he said this, which is a really great comment that nobody could come back from, and I really like it. Game Pass is $9.99. Asterix. Right now.
Mm.
When it's a success and when it gets bigger, yeah, they're going to raise the prices. And you go,
Yeah.
how do you know this? Well, you know they're going to raise the prices because we've seen it with Xbox Live.
Yep.
We've seen it with their online service. They've raised it. It was once, I remember, original Xbox, right? Remember, I saw the light with the PlayStation 3. Original Xbox kid buying Xbox Live with MechAssault with the mic, $40 for a year.
Yeah.
This huge big plastic covering too. It was magnificent. And guess what? I loved MechAssault. Bring it back, Xbox. Please, Phil. But with that said, we've seen it before. We've seen it in other services like Hulu, like Netflix, like Amazon Prime. Once they have a monopoly on the marketplace, what happens?
Mm-hmm.
They raise their price.
And even looking at PlayStation side, PlayStation Network went up.
Yeah.
So if you think it's not going to happen to Game Pass, then you're delusional. Because of course it's going to go up. Because at the end of the day, Microsoft is a business.
Yeah.
They want to make money.
Yeah.
And if it's going to cost them more money to put out these bigger and better experiences, how do I say this? You better be sure that the price is going up. If that's a real sentence, I don't even know.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay, good.
I'll take it. I'll take whatever.
I was rambling like Yosemite Sam for a second.
That's where my frustrations lie, because as a PlayStation fan, right? I feel like when I was driving home, I was thinking about this. I feel like Rocky's mentor. What's his name? Mickey. Okay, I feel like Mickey, right? I want to see fucking Xbox get up and fight the good fight, because guess what? Again, I say this all the time. Microsoft does well, we do well, because we have to compete, we have to fight with each other. Because guess what? Xbox has done some great things when it comes to crossplay, when it comes to returning your games digitally, when it comes to Game Pass. Great ideas, great concepts. But the big but, those still aren't turning units.
Yeah.
Those still aren't moving copies. They're still not moving Xboxes. And I think what matters at the end of the day is, do you have the games?
Yeah. Which is why I'm super excited for E3.
Mm-hmm.
I want nothing more than to watch Microsoft's press conference on Sunday, I think it is now.
Yeah.
I want to see them knock it out of the park, because like you said, it breeds competition, and PlayStation and Sony is going to look at it like, oh, they're bringing some heat, hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's not dip in quality. Let's keep going and keep raising the bar.
And I think the best example of this is going, oh, hey, you want to know how you return your used games?
Yeah, exactly.
When the PlayStation 4, the reason why it won the gamers' hearts for the first few years is Xbox, right? PlayStation they were like, we're not making the same mistakes as last time. We're going to make a cheaper console. We're not going to, tell people to get second jobs. We're going to let them trade in their games. Thinking. Yeah.
That press conference was what we all wanted inside of our heads.
That press conference, look it.
Yeah, I know. I would say the same thing with me.
It was amazing. And why? Because Sony needed to step up their game. They did, and they hit it out of the fucking park.
Yeah, they did.
And that is the major reason why, what's happened to Microsoft? It's Sony's back, man. They're back. Yeah. So with that said, from one games of service to another, maybe this game is the Sea of Thieves for PlayStation. Let's talk about dreams.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about
our dreams, Joe.
Yeah, my dream is for people to like us 5 stars on iTunes, rate us, tell us why, tweet at me at Mr. Badbit, and then
I heard
they win God of War.
Yeah, I heard you might get God of War if you do that.
That's my dream,
Yeah.
With that said, Media Molecule, man, we are so tired tonight. I'm not even lying to you. If I'm lying, I'm dying, Kyle. PS4 exclusive Dreams made by Media Molecule has released a literal 50-minute video of creating a level, creating
Yeah.
a cutscene, and
Creating a game.
creating a game.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, Dreams is to sell you short. The Spark Notes version is its Media Molecule, the creators behind Little Big Planet and Tearaway. Right? They're super creative. They're super artsy. I love them. They're really creative. They're the creative arm of Sony. And so what this is Media Molecule's version of Mario Maker. You're making your own levels. You're making your own games. And not just in the fact of a simple side scroller that they showed, which was super awesome. It was a comic strip. It was literally a comic strip. You're going from one screen to the other, and you're this block, and then you gain legs, and you can do double jumps. And it was this awesome, artsy, 2D side scroller that felt like it was on a page of a book. And then they go, wait, there's more. They they created a 3D beautiful designed cave, and they then created they call it a puppet. They made this again all out of just using what they have in front of them. They created this cave, this scene, and this little creature walking up, and they were actually able to record their voices, record its actions, like looking down, moving its hands, yawning, and then like walking away. And they were able to do that, and then at the same time they go, oh, we don't like that. They edit down the audio right then and there. Yeah. And so they were able to make their own cutscene, and then they showed how they do animations. The game is so in depth, you can literally create your own game.
It's insane.
It is nuts. And I forgot, you were like, oh yeah, I saw this at PSX. So
I did.
With that, going into Dreams, right? I was like, I'm never going to use this. I'm not going to buy this game. This is the game I'm going to skip. Now, after watching it, I was like, well, maybe I'm changing my tune. So you played it at PSX. I forgot this.
I did not play.
Oh, sorry. You watched.
It was a hands-off. The developers were doing basically what the video was.
Yeah.
They were creating things on the fly, super quick, and I was shocked at how deep it was.
Yeah.
It's you did a great job of explaining it.
Oh, thank you.
But I think you really, if you're listening to this or watching this, find the video and watch it, because it's truly remarkable.
Yeah.
Just how much they put into this.
This game is right off the bat. What I really like is that they're selling you exactly what this game is. Yep. If you are creative, if game design is something you're intrigued by, if there is like Microsoft had a version of this called Project Spark.
Yes, they did.
Did they indeed? Oh, god damn it. Anyway, sorry, that's mean. That's real mean. But yeah, if you're intrigued by level design, this game is for you. Just like with Mario Maker, what's so awesome is people making these levels that, and like in some cases, they're better than the fucking actual game. Yeah. Like some levels you see in Mario games. And so with that said, what I really like about Media Molecule is that they're not trying to sell the game for what it is, right? They're like, make your own experience.
I mean, sure, they have like the pack-in 3 stories that they've talked about before, but they're really leaning heavily on, hey, create your own shit.
Yeah. And what's really cool is that little Big Planet was really you could see the huge inspiration, because Little Big Planet, oh, Nintendo innovates. Oh, you never seen anything like this. Little Big Planet, you could again build your own levels, build your own games with Little Big Planet. So,
and then with Dreams,
I was the dick. I'm sorry, that was mean again.
No, it's fine. It's the truth, Joe. It's fine.
True. It's true.
But like you could see where they're coming from. Little Big Planet, like you said, was levels.
Yeah.
Dreams, you can build worlds.
Yeah.
It's like if you buy this game, I can imagine giving the community that buys it a month or so, hell, maybe even 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You could probably have a brand new experience to play every day.
It's nuts.
And that is so exciting in different genres. Like I've seen like a race car, like a kart racer made in this, a detective like Telltale adventure game, platforming, an action side scroller. It has it
Yeah.
all wrapped in one thing.
And what's really cool about this too is it really shines a light again on the creative folks, the people that are interested in
Yeah.
this. The guy that made Snake Pass, which is an amazing game,
Yes.
they actually the team picked him up. The company picked him up because they saw his levels in Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
So when you think, well, this is fun, but what can I take from it? You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. And so
Yeah.
this is a game that was not on my radar. Now it totally is. Now it's a day
Yep.
one purchase because I want to
Yeah.
see the creativity of others. I want to see what I can do.
Yeah.
Probably not a whole lot, but let me
As you
see.
were explaining it, a thought that popped in my head is,
Yeah.
can we record an episode of the Trophy Room inside Dreams and have that as a video?
We're gonna give a fucking college try.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are, Joe.
We're gonna fucking do this, Kyle. That's-
Whether we both have it at the same time and
Yeah.
we hit record at the same time and create our little studio and Joe, I have a good feeling about this, bud.
Okay, so right here, you've heard it here first. We're gonna make an episode of the Trophy Room using Dreams. Let's
Oh yes.
do
it. Can we make it like a way out? And we have to play a certain section of the game to get to our set. And then when we get to the set
That could be like an intro.
or the Oh,
Yeah. It
I'm
could be
liking
like an
this.
intro, and then we get in there, and then like our set, like it's kind of like we'll have like a Conan O'Brien-esque thing, right? Like you'll be on the
Yeah,
couch,
yeah.
I'll be on the whatever. We'll just like, yeah, man. Oh
give
my
us
god,
that release date. I'm so excited right now.
please. And with
Yeah.
that, you know what's crazy? I totally forgot about this, Kyle. Color me
Yeah.
a dirty heathen. But I forgot that Easter is the Sunday as of
Yes.
we're recording. But is it a coincidence that you never see Jesus Christ and Shuhei Yoshida in the same room?
Now that I think about it, yeah, that's kind of strange.
That's really strange. And so with that, I do want to give our respects. I'm going to say a little prayer. Are you ready, Kyle?
I'm ready.
As shepherds we shall be, for thee, my Lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, that our feet may swiftly carry out thy command. We shall flow a river forth, thee, teeming with souls shall it ever be. Normally Patri, me fili, spirit of Shuhei. This is if I was Shu. We know that Shuhei Yoshida runs Sony, right? He
do know that.
He is the epitome of maybe a godlike figure, but
You
he's
just
definitely the
activated him,
Illuminati.
like from something right now.
Yeah. That was Boondock Saints. That was the prayer from Boondock
okay.
Saints. Yeah. I thought again last week it was Civil War, and I was like,
Yeah.
Easter. This is appropriate. So, so with that said, we are Shuhei Yoshida right now, right? We're in his body. So, Dreams is coming out. The only thing we know about this game is it's coming out this year.
Yes.
So right off the bat, before we give a date, Dreams. How are we launching it?
How are we launching it? I could see it. I could see it being two versions, Joe.
Okay.
I can see a full complete package
Okay.
where you get Media Molecule's own designs, the 3 different stories, as well as the creation suite.
Okay.
But then I could see them saying, hey, if you just want the creation suite, here it is for like half the price, maybe $30-$40.
Okay.
I can see that happening.
Okay.
And a big part of me wants it to be like during the E3 show, be like, hey, and it's out now.
Oh, snap. You really think?
We've heard about Dreams for so long, Joe. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the first time we saw Media Molecule with the wands, like playing with those clay figures, was that not at the same PS4 reveal? Or was it the year before? Like, it's been a very
long time. I know it's been multiple years.
So I could see them saying, hey, it's out now, or it's out like in a week or so.
Okay. That's ballsy.
I think it's close.
Now, when we're talking about this game and how it's going to release, I think the better thing is, what are we projecting this thing to sell? Like, are we expecting this thing to sell gangbusters? Are we expecting it to be a sleeper hit? What are we expecting as a company? We got to think numbers.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot we were Shoe for a second.
Yeah, we are Shoe.
I think we're expecting it to do not as well on release. I think the word of mouth is what's going to make it.
It's a long term.
Yeah, some long term. Like get it in people's hands. Let people see the creations that people are going to make. Okay. And then, especially like the YouTubers, it's going to be crazy popular on YouTube. I feel like.
And that's what I was thinking. YouTube streamers as well.
Yeah.
So here's what I think. The dreams you have to be careful with, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we can do a drop the mic release date. Though it would be super cool. I think with this game, you do have to be careful of it. We're not expecting this to sell Horizon numbers. We're not expecting this to sell Uncharted numbers. And I think to think that is too much. Like thinking like Sea of Thieves was going to change anything. Yeah. Too much. So I think with Dreams, we have to lay down expectations. So the one thing was there was supposed to be a demo, I think either last year or the year before. Also, I got to say, Kyle, I like how respectful you're being right now because you're just like, I got to call. You gotta do this dab. I love it.
I have to.
No, I like it. I respect it. But with that said, you gotta be careful. So I think we have to announce the beta. Okay. The beta that's the mic drop. It is out right now.
Okay.
And I think the more I think about it, I think this is an early December game. Everything is out. This is kind of like a Last Guardian thing. We're not doing this to win awards. What we're doing here is making a game that, again, goes, look, we're Sony, we're creative, right?
Yeah.
And I think what would be really cool with the beta is saying that everything you make in the beta, again, day one, carries over. So that on release, there is something.
Yeah.
That everybody could get their hands on.
That's really smart, Shuhei.
Well, thank you.
It's like we're at a mirror. Shuhei's talking to a mirror.
Right? It's like, what's the song? It's like, talking in the mirror. Anyway, but yeah, and I think, so the next, so do we agree on that? It's like a, okay.
No, I like the beta rollout, and then everything carries over, because that's super smart. There'll be a ton of stuff already there for when people buy it.
Yeah. So, okay, we're 2018, December 13th.
Oh, 12, 13, 18.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that works. So we got the date, right? Mid-December, early December, whatever the date is. Is this a $60 game? Or are we going to do that in parts? Or are we going to sell this at $40?
I'm going to stay with what I said earlier, Shuhei. I think it's a $60 game with the packed-in stuff. And I do think they sell the creation only for $40.
Okay. All right, I like that. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah. We'll have like a standard, and then like the 60s, kind of like the deluxe.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the next thing. Throwing a curveball right at you.
Okay.
So we saw them using the DualShock 4, and we saw them using the wands.
Mm-hmm. I think I know where you're going with this.
All right, just say it for me, Kyle.
Is it VR capable? Is that what you're saying?
Are we making it VR capable?
I think you'd be crazy not to. I think that might be a big reason why it's been so long since we've heard about it.
And I think that's going to be one of the major sellers.
And that's going to be huge.
Yeah, I think that might be. Then we got to bump these numbers up, Kyle. With a VR headset in mind, the VR community is so beautiful, so wonderful, so great. They're always so excited. Seeing Reddit go, hey, like voting up a look at what I just made type of video is something awesome. Seeing and being able to go into other worlds, I think it would be super fun.
I mean, just think about the game that we both gushed over a couple weeks ago, Moss.
Yeah.
Moss is that charming platformer VR title, my favorite VR game to date.
Yeah.
And can you imagine playing other people's creations like that in Dreams? And getting a new one like all the time? Like, that sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. I think, and again, that breathes new life into this machine, and I think it also breathes new purpose into this game, because then
Yeah.
it's something more.
Hmm.
Yeah, now it is something. Again, another niche audience can now come in and swoop in and start creating stuff for
Yeah.
a platform that so many people are hungry for newer content and more innovative content. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's so great. I shook the camera. So with that said, okay, it's coming out December. There's a
Yep.
beta. It's VR.
Hmm.
We're announcing it at E3, I assume.
You got to, right?
Yeah, we gotta get.
Unless they wait all the way to Paris, but Paris Games
Boy,
Week,
I
but
think
that's
that's a
a
mistake.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna ship this game out. You ready, Kyle?
I am ready, Shuhei.
All right. It's shipped.
Done.
It's
Sign the
done.
papers. Go.
I don't know a better way to segue this, but I read the most beautiful interview today, and that is Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon director Dean Evans has stepped away. This article, I keep on forgetting to give these guys credit. Dual Shockers. That's where I got this article from. And so they are taking this information from a Game Informer interview, and my golly geez, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to read the first 3 paragraphs here. After over a decade working at Ubisoft properties such as Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Splinter Cell, Dean Evans, who is also most well known for Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, has departed the company. Game Informer reported news of Evans' departure and said that he was in the process of working on a new project that got shelved, and after this occurrence, Ubisoft gave Evans an opportunity to join the editorial leadership group at the company. He instead decided it was simply time to move on to something new. Now, Evans spoke a bit about his decision to leave the company, which I'm gonna just go into this quote. He's adding the fucks, not me, guys. This is amazing, and it goes a little something like this, and really blunt, really just fucking. He goes in there. I split with my wife, and then the project I was working on was canceled. All of this massive shit was going on at the same time. I started thinking, is this the best option for me to move to another foreign country? The job he was going to take was in Paris, by the way, just so you know. I'm 40 this year. It's so fucking cliche, but you think about it in the same way when you turn 30. These milestones, you start thinking about what you really want to be doing and whether you're making the right decision. He goes on to saying a lot of people have been complaining about AAA business and the lack of risk taking, and I'd be a total fucking hypocrite if I moved forward and didn't take any risks. So fuck it. I think I might go out and set up my own studio and see where that goes. This guy gives no fucks.
It's awesome.
What do you feel about this interview?
I loved it. I like when people are real.
Yeah.
And you can tell he went through some shit, and he's reevaluating his life, and he's deciding to take that risk. Something I think we sometimes need to do ourselves. You know?
Yeah, you know what he kind of reminds me of right here? It's when that guy's been working for the company for 10 plus years,
Yep.
and he got the fucking pink slip, and he's like, you know what? He looks at it real hard. He's like, you know what, Henry? Fuck you. Janet, I like you, but that guy...
It's like that that woman who quit her job and she made that YouTube video dancing around the office before she did it.
No, I did not see that.
Oh, it's a pretty famous YouTube video.
Oh, man.
She basically does a whole song and dancing around the office where everyone comes in, and she's like, "This is my last day. I'm gonna quit," and it's pretty cool. Like I've never quit somewhere before.
Oh,
like,
it's fantastic.
in a bad way, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, "Hey, I'm not coming back," whatever.
Yeah.
But it's always like amicable.
Yeah.
No, but man, I would love to give a big, huge fuck you when I'm through the door.
So, like, what I feel like, I think this speaks to a bigger thing, because this made waves because of the interview.
Yeah.
Of him kind of just, he's talking like us, right? He's talking like a normal guy, and I feel like a lot of these developers, a lot of publishers, you see they got the button-up tie, right? Not really. They got a t-shirt going, hey, look, I'm hip like you. They got their PR slogan in hand, and they're going to pretty much, you're saying the same thing, rinse and repeat. And what I really liked from this guy was he spoke how it is. And the one thing that I like from other developers, like the guy that made A Way Out. I always confuse A Way Out with Get Out. First off,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very similar. But the guy that made Joseph Fares, he was so passionate on E3 when he was talking about this game. You could sense he truly loves this game. He's truly passionate about it.
Yeah.
And then, he gets on stage on Game Awards, and I'm telling you, he was on something. But people loved it. And I'm not talking alcohol. I'm definitely thinking he's like, where's my credit card? Chop, chop, chop. Oh, wait, the 5 minutes are up. Shit, it's kicking in.
Being in the audience there live, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, you were
I
there?
was there.
Oh,
I was
shit.
There.
Okay.
When the cameras cut, everyone was like, are you okay? Even I was that far away, but I was, instead of the premiere or whatever they showed next, I was watching him, and he was still going off. Like, he was still... He still looked like he was so up on whatever he was up on.
No way.
Yeah, like...
Inside
it
baseball,
looked like he was
here
trying
we
to
go.
say... It looked like he was trying to say sorry and stuff, but still in that very antagonistic way.
Yeah. But and what was Jeff Keighley like?
He was just like, very much, is this happening? Is this for real? Like,
Oh, he didn't because with me, if something goes wrong, real talk for a second. When I'm on the 18th cut of Bad Bit, I'm just the intro. I'm like, fuck this thing. I'm flipping the desk.
Yeah.
And so if I was Jeff Keighley, I've put millions of dollars in this operation. You know what I'm saying? This guy's like, fuck the Oscars, fuck this, fuck that. I would be so fucking furious.
you could see it in his eyes. Like,
Yeah, he was like,
holding something back.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Doing you a big solid here, and but with that said though, that fuck the Oscars, that did something, right? He connected with us, he became a meme, and then he was using that just to talk like a regular person throughout, or someone who maybe should seek help, should go and talk to us. And so with that said, there's this constant disconnect with, I feel like, developers, publishers, and the gamers. And developers oftentimes, they go to me, all of them, they're like, Joe, we're scared to talk to you, you're mean, you're very blunt, and sometimes we can't take it. But I get it, because a lot of us, and sometimes me, we are a little bit too blunt, right? We don't know, we're not like our president who has the best words, right? We're
Take that back, Joe. Don't even say that in a joking way. He's not on the best words.
He talks shit about video games. Fuck that guy. So here's the deal. What do we need to do, or developers need to do? Do they need to be more grounded and able to be more approachable? Or
I can tell you what I don't want them to do, Joe.
What?
I don't want them to do what some of the old school teachers do that are trying to be hip. And they're trying to sit in the chair backwards and be like, so what's the deal? Is class today going to be lit? I don't want the developers to try to
wear a backwards cap.
Yeah, like they focus group.
Don't be a Hillary Clinton, right?
No.
Don't be Hillary Clinton.
I think
Hello, my youth.
I just think what they need to do is treat us like you said, like themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, we're consumers, and yes, we buy your shit, but that doesn't mean you have to keep constantly using these buzzwords. We're gamers. We know what all this stuff is.
And I think also vice versa, as gamers, we also have to realize that they're people. This guy, dude, he just went through two huge, horrible things. He just had a split with his wife, and I've seen people, go through those things. I know some of my friends have, and that's not a fun experience. No. But we don't get to see that, right? As gamers, we don't get to see the inner workings of these developers, and it's so easy when something happens and goes wrong to point at them and laugh at them, and look at Project Spark. Like I said, I'm after that because it was funny to me. I need to specify this. It was funny to me because I was like, oh wait, they already had this, and it went along with the theory of Microsoft's shit is just not sticking. But
Yeah.
with that said, though, you see, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. And us gamers, we're too much of. My uncle works at Microsoft. My uncle works at Sony. Type of mentality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in the armchair, and I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, because that's the state of the industry now. It's
Yeah.
kind of like with I will bring it here until the day I die. I always bring this up when we talk about armchair critics. Kind of like The Last Jedi, right? Why is The Last Jedi doesn't hold up? Why? Because you don't know who Snoke is? Did you know who the Emperor was at Return of the Jedi? Absolutely not. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
And don't even lie to yourself and say you did. No. And so, like, we have these again, we live in the YouTube age where everybody is a journalist, everybody is a critic, and everybody is just super, at times, toxic to each other.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's a reminder to both sides of we're people too. And you need to be, it's about being relatable. And also, when it comes to us, it's also about being understanding.
Yeah.
So, with that said, best of luck to you, sir. Best of luck to you when it comes to your personal life. Best of luck to you, sir, when it comes to the studio. And I hope you make something truly awesome, truly special.
Hey, can I tell you the idea I just thought of?
Go for it, Kyle.
Since this guy he was the director of Blood Dragon.
Yep.
There's another super talented dude that his studio just went under. I think they should go team up, David Jaffe and this dude, and create something so bizarre and bonkers. I think that's like the perfect combination right there.
I like
Can you imagine the game that those two can create together?
Dude, that would be fucking, as the kids say, lit.
Exactly, kids. So yeah, that's just
really
a dream
cool
scenario right there.
Yeah, pie in the sky. Let's tweet at him, guys. Let's make this happen.
Do it.
A small bit of news. I want to know if you're excited, yay or nay. Elder Scrolls Online Somerset expansion announced. It is coming out.
Not super.
You're not? Okay, May 21st for those of you who are. The Witcher 3, again, news this week. Super slow. But here's something really cool. Again, it turns into that story that we talked about before. PlayStation just seemingly killing it to the extent that it's becoming sad a little bit. The Witcher 3 series has sold and sells past words 33 million units. PlayStation 4 on top, PC second, Xbox One third. Yeah. Holy crap. So The Witcher 3, here's the deal about that. Again, selling the best on PlayStation 4 speaks volumes because The Witcher 3 was advertised as an Xbox exclusive. It was on Xbox's E3 stage. Mm-hmm. Does this show that maybe when it comes to certain properties, it really doesn't matter what stage you're going to be on? Mm-hmm. That's what I kind of think at the end of the day.
I think so. And I think it also to me says that PlayStation gamers were super excited to dive into this for the first time.
Yeah.
Because the first two games were also just Xbox and PC, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So
Witcher 2 was published here in the States by WB and Microsoft. It was a Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah.
I got the keychain for it.
So I think PlayStation fans have heard so much about this great Witcher series.
Right.
At the moment it was a chance for us to play, we jumped on it.
And I think also when it shows the games that we were into, Last of Us, Uncharted, Bloodborne, Until Dawn, Horizon, the games that sell, in the UK #1 top spot. Maybe you heard of it. Anyway, yeah. Those games, they have in common, they're all for the most part single player, or they're all single player focused.
Yeah.
So, to me, it also speaks to, I think RPGs speaking more to the PlayStation audience than they do Xbox. And I hear a lot of this going like, well, I play my Xbox because I'm playing on the online. I'm getting that Xbox Live experience. So maybe that's the case, but I would love to get the numbers. I would love to really dive deeper into this. With that said, I'm going to skip over to this. Medieval Remaster will also include the sequel, and pre-orders, at least on Walmart's site, will start April 16th. That's all at the top of my noggin. Are you interested in this? I know nothing about Medieval. Yeah?
I don't know much either.
Okay.
But I think I played it on one of those demo discs back in the day. that we all loved.
Of course.
But like you going back to how this episode started,
Yeah.
It's a franchise that Sony let die, for lack of a better term, until people were like, "Hey, where is it? Where is it?"
Yeah.
And get into that fever pitch, and then boom! Not only are we getting the first one remade,
We got a second one too.
It sounds like we're getting the second one.
And what's really cool about this is Medieval has been rumored for a very long time.
Yeah.
Before Bloodborne's announcement, when we were getting rumors of Bloodborne, we also were getting stills of Medieval.
Yeah.
So it goes to show how long this game has been in production. With that said, yeah, I'm interested. I'll check it out. I'm willing to give it a chance. Am I willing to buy it day one, though? I don't know.
I probably will.
Yeah.
I bought Crash day one. I'll buy the Spyro collection day one.
Yeah. Maybe those filthy casuals.
The nostalgia in me will probably go and get it.
Maybe those filthy casuals will get it a year late. With that said, oh, goodness gracious. THQ Nordic and Nickelodeon partner to revive several old titles for modern platforms. And they include Avatar: The Last Airbender, Back to the Barnyard. What the fuck is that? Cat Scratch. What the fuck is this? Danny Phantom. I know what that is. El Tigre. El Tigre. Sorry, a little racist. I apologize. Let me take my MAGA hat off. Invader Zim, Jimmy Neutron, My Life as a Teenage Robot. Fucking love that show. Rocket Power, Woogity Woogity Woogity, Rocko's Modern Life, Rugrats, SpongeBob SquarePants, Tack and the Power of... Let me say it in my Louisiana drawl. Attack and the Power of Juju. Fairly Odd Parents, it looks like only in the U.S. Really weird. Ren and Stimpy Show and the Wild Thornberries. Let me tell you something. I had a crush on the older sister when I was a kid. So with that said...
The Thornberries?
Yeah, the older sister with all the blonde hair. I thought she was cute. I don't know.
You do you.
Yeah, whatever. I was sick, Kyle. What are you going to judge me?
I don't know what I meant by the you do you, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. With that said... Why?
I don't know why, Joe. I don't know.
THQ, again, like they're buying back all their old properties they once sold off. They're backing all these obscure indie titles. Again, they're giving Darksiders 3 a go, which does look interesting. I'm willing to give it a shot. But to me, like first they were first named Nordic, and they were just remastering Darksiders any chance they could, right? Did
they not do the Homefront thing too? The sequel to Homefront?
They were, and then that went under, off. And then they bought. Here's the crazy thing. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago. They bought. Oh god. What are they named? They're the guys that made Dead Island. Oh god. Let me fill the air, Kyle.
The Island of Zombies, where things degrade when you hit them with. And I can see the logo for the developers, and I can't see it clear enough for me to figure it out.
Deep Silver. They bought Deep Silver by the Koch company, and they're not the Koch brothers. Don't worry, those guys are racist. These are other guys. They might be racist too. I don't know, to be honest, but let's hope not. So yeah, they bought Deep Silver, and now they are again a larger publisher. Like Deep Silver was a publisher that was getting there, right? In their slew of titles. So now THQ is going to have the Metro series, right? The third Metroid game that's going to come out. They got Saints Row again. They have Homefront again, whether they want to do with that. Dead Island, they have whatever they want to do with that. But like they have now a library of games. But my whole thing is, why THQ? Because the brand just, to me, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but I call it how I see it. THQ is mediocrity.
Yep.
There hasn't been.
When you say THQ, I think of the crappy wrestling games.
That's what I'm thinking
that are
too.
Half baked.
Yeah, I'm thinking of God, I'm thinking of all these shitty Nickelodeon games, right? Except for
Although
El Tigre.
The SpongeBob game for PS2 was real good. I
Okay.
stand by that one. I think it's Battle of Bikini Bottom. I stand by that one being a decent game.
Yeah, like, and so for me, it's really difficult because I'm happy, but I don't understand why this is even happening. Like, why are they buying all these games? Is there a point?
I don't know.
I don't know. And so with me here, I look at THQ and I'm just like, okay, that's great. The one game that I did here it is that I did think of was Red Faction. That was
series.
That was a good game. That was both
Yeah.
pretty good games. But with that said, I'm looking at their library and there's nothing that goes, oh wow, this game, other than Company of Heroes, which was fantastic, but now it's owned by Sega. So with that said, I hope you're excited for it. I'm not really.
Yeah.
With that said, we don't have any new any questions this week because I'll be honest with you, Kyle. I stole them. I stole them for tomorrow. Well, as of this podcast, go over to Bad Bit Games. We're celebrating Bad Bit hitting the channel hitting 1,000 subscribers.
Woo!
So
Congrats, Joe.
thank you so much. So go over there, check it out. We have this whole AMA Ask Me Anything. We got a whole bunch of questions that I'm gonna be answering. All of them are fantastic. I'm really excited for it. And then also we're gonna announce a giveaway of something really cool. I hope so.
Nice.
Check that out. With all that said, Kyle,
Yeah.
how are we gonna end this show? Because we have a segment we haven't done in a while.
Okay.
It's called Trophy Hunt. We're hunting them trophies.
Yeah.
Would you like to read the trophy list for me, or do you want me to do that?
Can. Let me pull that up real quick.
All right. So again, guys, check me out at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. Go to Badbit Games, and then most importantly, before we're gonna finish this, and as I'm buying time for Kyle, rate us 5 stars. And dude 452 went up to me 452. What was it? 427. So sorry, wrong digits. How dare I? But dude 427 came up and he's like, I don't have iTunes. If you don't, here's the deal. Go up, download iTunes, rate us 5 stars. It only takes 5 minutes, but when you give us those 5 stars, it gives you an awful good chance of winning God of War 4. With that said, if you don't have iTunes and you don't want to download it or you can't download it or whatever have you, rate us 5 stars on whatever app you are using. So if that is Stitcher, if that is Google Play, rate us 5 stars, take a picture of it, send it to me. That's just equally as important. That's the way you'll get entered in. And trust me, I shouldn't announce this now, but we will have other giveaways soon, and they're gonna be a little bit more welcoming, I guess. So with that, Kyle,
Yes.
Trophy hunt. What are our audience going to hunt for us?
Well, you're on a time crunch with these trophies, Joe.
Uh-oh.
And I'll tell you why. Usually I pick from the PS Plus games of the month.
That makes sense to me.
Now that we're getting close to the end of the month of March, as of this recording,
Right.
you only have a couple days to download Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna send you on a hunt for trophies in each of these games. So the first one is Bloodborne.
All right.
And also on the trophy hunt, I don't want to send you off on this hunt without having the trophies myself.
It's true. So you're
I
gonna
don't think
platinum
it's
it, guys.
No, because I'll never platinum Bloodborne. That's
Me
a
neither, and I love that
love,
game,
skill. So in Bloodborne,
Yes.
I want you to go get a bronze trophy,
Okay.
53.8% rarity.
All right.
It's called the Blood Gem Contract.
Easy.
All
guys.
you have to do is acquire a blood gem
Yep.
that imbues hunter weapons with a special strength.
Guess that what? You'll get that in the first level.
That's where I got mine. I
Yep.
beat the little turtle dude, and he gave it to me.
How far are you in Bloodborne, by the way?
I'm not much farther since last time we spoke.
Okay, don't worry. I have faith in you.
Yes, thank you. And then Ratchet and Clank, which is a superb game, and you should play it.
Hey, you know what that game has in common with Sea of Thieves?
What?
It was number 1 on UK top spot.
Hey, and that one was $40.
Take that.
Yeah. So on Ratchet and Clank, I'm gonna send you off to get a silver trophy.
Yep.
It's 6.1% rarity. It's
Okay.
called the Kerwin Gladiator. You need to complete the fitness course on Kerwin in under 70 seconds. It might sound tough, but if you're a good platformer, you have the platformer skills set, it shouldn't be too hard to get.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. First off, that Ratchet and Clank is a game I got to beat.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
I am so sorry I didn't.
Okay.
With that said, though, guys, that is the Trophy Room, a podcast made by the players for the players. Rate us 5 stars. It helps us out. All right? It will cure Kyle's illness.
Yes, it will.
All right? Please, we need to help cure Kyle. So, with that said, the only way we're going to cure him
thank you.
is you got to rate 5 stars. You got to write a reason why you love us. And with that said, Kyle.
Yeah.
Please, do the honors.
Thanks.
Yeah. Where can they find you? There you go.
You can find me at WhoDatNinja73 on Twitter and PSN. Pretty much everywhere except for Instagram. I mean, I'm on there, but I don't post much.
Okay.
You can also follow me at my other podcast that I do called Best Friends Talk Funny. It's a kind of funny community podcast. It's a one-on-one interview style type show. An episode with you, Joe, is coming out in a couple weeks.
Ooh.
I'm working on putting that together. Now that my computer seems to be working okay now.
Yes.
And you can follow the show there at BFS Talk Funny on Twitter. And at YouTube, just search for Best Friends Talk Funny, and you'll find it there. It should be on podcast services by next week.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I like it. And so, with that said, follow Kyle on all those places he said. Yes.
Real quick, Joe.
I'll allow it.
I'm also going to PAX East next week.
Oh, shit. Do I need to find another guest?
No, I'll be here for the show.
Okay, you sure?
I'm not leaving till Wednesday.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
good. So with that said, fuck, you get to go to PAX. I wish I had a ticket. I would go.
Yeah.
I would go, but I don't have a ticket. I'm not cool enough. So with that said, find me on Mr. Bad Bit on Twitter. That helps me out. Go to youtube.com at Bad Bit Games. There you'll find the video version of this podcast. And again, we're here every Tuesday on iTunes and every Tuesday evening on YouTube. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, I almost fucked that up. But I did. That's a joke. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. Good night.
Bye.